Last time, last episode, last session. I mean, I'll recap the whole episode, to be honest. Might as well. So you all woke up in a facility where all mutants had been captured and had collars placed on them. Things happened very quickly. Gunn was escorted off and took a hostage as the prison captain very quickly. Weeping Widow panicked and almost got herself killed. You then managed to meet up in the little bat room. You broke a few Geneva Conventions in your torture methods and interrogation methods.
We don't represent nation. We can't break these Geneva Conventions.
I'm sure that will stand up in court.
Well, in The Hague, where we won't go because we don't represent a nation. Yeah, probably will.
It's the nation of mutants.
We're terrible spokespeople.
And after interrogating the prison captain very badly, Pangolin found the quickest way to open a door, which was catapulting himself through it. You managed to fight 3 security robots, which seemed very underwhelmingly prepared for such an encounter, which was quite bizarre and very fortunate for you guys. You then went back to the main prison cell with your new hostage, and upon seeing the prison cells filled with more of these robots and the leader of Kinetics, your first instinct was to blow the head off your hostage. At which point you then were almost about to surrender when fortunately you managed to realize that you were being duped, and that the prison was actually empty and there were holograms. Holograms / one mutant who had duplicated himself into a plethora of children. Unfortunately, he didn't survive. And when we left, you were going through the bodies as you had realized that maybe not all of the mutants had actually been killed from the collars, and some of them may have survived. And your friends had managed to dig a hole down to you, to break you out of this prison cell. And I think that basically recaps the episode so far.
Yeah.
As we left, Gunn, you were heading off back to the office to do some further investigations. Pangolin and Igni, I believe you were helping to excavate the tunnel so that you could get everybody out as quickly as possible. And Doc and Weeping Widow, I believe you were going around checking the bodies and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where we resume. So, Gunn, you get back to the office. Wyatt.
Yeah.
What are you intending to do here?
Well, you said there was a computer there. I don't think Gunn's particularly good with computers, but I want to try and access it and get some information.
Okay.
I mean, this guy confused Gunn for somebody called Agent 17, so I think Gunn wants to find out who is Agent 17.
Okay. You get to the PC. The PC's still on, however, it requires a login.
That's going to suck. I'm going to attempt to TV hack it.
TV hack it?
Yeah, you know, like they do on the TV. Not real hacking, TV hacking.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Button mash.
Yeah. I'm going to guess the random password and get it right after the third attempt. That kind of thing.
Okay. What's your first password that you enter?
I was hoping I could make a roll for it instead.
Oh, oh, I see. Okay. I feel like this.
Suck 69.
Roll me a
I hate
D10, a
mutants, yeah.
D10,000, and if you get a 1, you're in.
It's vastly more secure than the actual computer.
Man, this is an old man, and we know that old people can't use computers well.
No, I didn't roll a 1.
Okay, so your first attempt did not go quite well. So yeah, your first
So
attempt.
I'm going to open up his desk drawer where he keeps his password, obviously.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a perception. Let's see. You're gonna search the desk area, so let's get a perception off you.
Okay. I have rolled a 14, which is not great.
No, it's
Not
not.
bad.
You look around his desk. There's hardly anything on this desk. There's no photos. There's very little stationery, and what's stationery there looks like it's never really been used. You open the drawers, and there's not much that you would probably find useful. The top drawer, you actually find there's a gun. With a little box of ammunition next to it. The other drawer you open, and there's a couple of remotes there.
Ooh. I take the gun and threaten the PC.
Intimidated from one lock.
You stand there pointing the gun at this PC. Doesn't seem very intimidated.
Funny that.
He's lying.
You see, I was hoping that you would have been nice about this, but as soon as you're not, you're gonna play. If you're gonna play like that, Andy, well, that's the way it's gonna go down, mate.
You can always alter the scene with a hero point.
I knew why. That's why we let you play. Yes, hero points.
But how much can you change with the hero point?
Yeah. Can I have the password taped under the desk drawer?
Okay, you gotta use,
if I use a hero point. I'm asking if that's a thing that can be done.
You could use a hero point to change something that's in the scene.
Yeah, I think a password taped under the desk drawer is definitely changing the scene. But I'm willing to be corrected.
It is definitely changing the scene. It's just very overpowering. All
right, let's forget that then.
You have given us an extra hard drive before
I tell you
from a
what.
hero point.
I tell you what. I will take your hero point as a what do I do check. Okay, as a bit of inspiration for you. There may be a way to open this PC, but it may not be at his desk.
Oh. Let's just hope it's not like retina scan, because he doesn't have those anymore.
I tell you what, because you're on the right track, I'm going to let you roll one more perception with advantage on that.
Okay.
Advantage
works
five.
different here. doesn't it?
In advantage in Mutant Massimo, I'm basically just going to give you a bonus.
Okay.
Essentially, it's like a +5 sort of thing.
I have rolled a 27.
Nice.
So as you're kind of looking around his desk and everything, you notice just on the keyboard, almost as if it was there, but it blends quite well into the keyboard. Just to the very right, there's like a little
thumbprint,
square black piece of glass, and you just make out an impression of a thumbprint on it.
Okay, so I'm going to stride back into the chamber where this guy was killed.
Extra crispy.
Yeah, I just lift him while everybody's kind of grabbing the bodies. I just go over, grab hold of this guy's body, his headless corpse, and say, "I need this," and carry it back.
I mean, at least you took the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was tempted to remove the thumb, but I thought that was a bit dark.
Yep.
Would have been awkward if it wasn't a thumbprint.
Yeah, and you take that back to his keyboard and you place it down so that the thumb will press on this glass, and the PC unlocks for you.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Do you want to jump to the other guys now?
Yeah,
I feel like
that's fine.
I just feel like I'm hogging it a little bit here.
That's fine. We've got to split party. That's how it's going to be.
Yep.
Pangolin and Igni, you're in the tunnel.
I'm digging.
I'm heating up rock to make digging easier.
Yep. And as you're digging and clearing this tunnel, a couple of more mutants have come down who are
Hi.
helping you widen it.
Hi.
And a few are starting to bring the bodies up through the tunnel past you.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I feel like an ant.
Oh, it's because you're small.
It's like ants carrying leaves or whatever.
Yeah. What?
So,
And
you said we're super deep, right, Pangolin? How long is it going to take us to dig all the bloody way back up to the surface?
Oh no. Like, time.
Ugh.
you're
Right.
not digging a new tunnel, should I say? You're just widening a very small tunnel that's obviously been made as quickly as possible to get down to you.
Basically the same thing.
Sort of, yeah.
I'll just carry on doing it then.
And as you're widening, a head pops through the tunnel coming down, and you recognize this as Alex.
What coat do you
Oh.
wear?
He's wearing a very thick brown coat that's very scruffy looking. Clearly, his digging coat. You could
I don't
probably
like your
say.
coat. It's a mess.
Hello to you too, Pangolin.
Are you here to help dig?
There's two. There's two of
Oh
us.
God, no, I can't dig.
Why are you in the way?
Why are you in
I'm-
that coat?
I'm coming through. I mean the. Oh God, always with the coat with you. Right. What's the situation? We good?
There's a bloke in a digging.
No.
Okay.
You got us captured and almost got us killed.
Right, wasn't me. Do apologise.
Yeah, but it's you
think-
in the coat.
Well, no, it is me. Looks
you were
like
the
we
one that
had.
sent us on that mission.
Yes, I do apologise, but we think we've been. We think there's a mole.
What, in
And
the
I-
tunnel?
No,
He's a pangolin.
I knew you were going to say that. I literally knew you
You're
were going to
psychic.
say in this tunnel.
Knew he was a mutant.
I thought
No.
the other guy was psychic.
We think someone's
Ew.
been feeding false information.
Psychic guy.
What psychic guy?
Who's been feeding false information?
The guy
I
with
don't
the
know.
suit, he's
Someone back
psychic.
at Sanctuary. We're
Well,
still
that's not
working
good.
on it. No, it's not. We think our network's compromised at the moment.
You
Oh.
think?
I think my internet connection's compromised. Sorry, that wasn't meant to be in character. I just didn't hear you.
So the network's compromised. Pangolin is disconnected from the server.
Okay, I think
So
I've got. Sorry.
So Alex, what's happening then? After we get everybody, all these bodies up and out, all these people out, where are we taking them? If you just said Sanctuary's compromised, we can't exactly take them back there, can we?
As far as we know, Sanctuary is not compromised. Even if they didn't know the location or anything, we have defences well prepared. Sanctuary is our best bet at the moment. But the information that we've got about kinetics at the moment, we're not sure what we can rely on. Anything new seems to be... Well, let's just say you're not the only mutants that we've lost over the last few days.
The hoof guy said he knew where Sanctuary was.
The hoof guy?
Yeah, hoof guy. The invisible hoof guy, the one he wants us to go and find. You're invisible up there. I'll point back towards the facility.
Oof guy.
Hoof guy?
Yeah, Walter Hoof.
Walter Hugh.
Oh, who? Walter who?
Yeah, that one.
Hoof?
You knew where Sanctuary was?
That's what he
That's
said,
what he
but we
said.
don't think it was Walter Q. It was a mutant pretending to be him or something, or it's a hologram. We don't know if it was him or not, but he seemed to say that he knew where Sanctuary was. They also said that all the mutants were going to be killed in this facility in... Is it 4 days? 4 days.
I don't know. Can't go on that high.
But then they clearly sped up the operation. There seems to be a lady who can see the future in bits. She reckons we're going to be in Paris at some point.
She's still alive?
Yeah,
Right, I need a word with her.
she's
Well,
probably
she's
still
that way.
drinking tea.
Okay, you two keep up the good work. There's a few more yet to come through who, well, should be able to help evacuate a lot quicker once they get through. But they're a bit on the larger side, if you know what I mean.
Well, like Pangolin or bigger.
What?
Bigger.
Right. Can I borrow your cart?
No. Right.
It's a digging cart. You're not digging.
Very good. And he walks right past you.
I just have to lazily toss a bit of dirt after him.
Doc.
Yes.
You're in the main hall. Weeping Widow's on the far side, and you're both kind of going round checking all the bodies' pulses.
Yeah, so I'm checking them and healing who I can. And like just directing those that are coming to collect them, you know, to and from and stuff.
And as you're doing this, you see Alex approach from back wall. That's where the tunnel is. And you see him walking directly. He's coming towards you, but he's kind of going to be going past you, heading for this woman that's still sat there sharpening her nails. All right, Doc.
Alex,
Yeah.
I have something for you, and I'll hand him the robot arm. I'm not gonna toss it at him. That'd be mean.
And okay, and the moment he grabs them, he drops to the floor and he screams as it is now crushing his hands.
Oh crap! I'll pick it up.
Jesus! Ah! How heavy was that? Why?
What? It's not that heavy.
That's just crushed my hand.
It'll be
Jesus,
okay.
you passed it as if it was a bag of flour.
Yeah.
That weighs more than a person.
No.
Yes.
It's fine.
And you look at his hands that are now bleeding and scratched from where they've been crushed.
As I'm healing, I will be nice. I'll grab hold of his hands and heal his hands. And it's like, sorry.
Jesus.
I would want you to have a look at it.
Yeah. Was that after or before you crushed me?
Well, I didn't realize it was going to crush you.
What is it?
It's a robot. Well, it's
Well,
part of a robot.
I can see that, but what is it?
Well, they seem to be immune to our powers to a certain extent. Like, do you know when we were in the other kinetic places where the walls made us feel like we couldn't go outside the walls without any powers, or, you know, we were just constricted? Well, that's what these robots feel like. So, I brought an arm to see what's in it.
Right. Okay. I mean, great. Probably best go put it near the tunnel and let one of the ones who could carry it take it back, or, you know, carry it yourself. Appreciate it. I'm not being rude, but I can't carry that.
You looked strong. Sorry.
And he kind of just like gives you this face of what the fuck. Like, I work out. I just the thing's
My apologies.
the thing's heavy.
I
Ooh.
obviously didn't make the connection. But yeah, I'll ask someone else while you. I'm assuming you're here to assess the situation of, anything to fill us in. Actually, that we need to know?
No, I've just got here, and you crushed my hands.
Nice seeing you again.
Yes, I'll be over there with her if you need me.
Okay.
Thanks. He kind of walks off a bit angrily.
Yeah. So, one of the next ones that come to help collect, one of the other mutants. I will see if they're able to take this arm.
Good.
Yes, sir.
We're back to you.
Oh. Yes.
What have you been looking for on this PC?
I have been looking for files like they do in the movies. Specifically, I really want to find out about Agent 17. If there is any information on this computer about Agent 17.
It's great. Chat can see a GM roll because I haven't set that up right. Yeah. You're browsing the PC. You're kind of searching in. It's not like there's a search bar or anything. You basically, the system works on folders on folders. So
Okay.
You're looking for a folder name. So obviously, straight off the bat, there's no folder that says Agent 17.
What about secret projects? There's always a secret projects folder on these things, isn't there?
I tell you what, I will list the folders. Well,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That sounds kind of cool.
It's like it's time to look at everybody's favourite piece of information, the Thomas Booth notes.
Oh. There. The handout. We've not used the handout for a while, have we?
Also, about 100% wasn't a GM role. We can all see it, Andy.
oh, can you? Great,
true.
even better.
It's public role.
Oh yeah, because I've logged in as a player. Oh wow, we're
There's your
going
problem.
full scale fuck up tonight. Oh dear. One second.
How are you enjoying the music, chat? How's it going?
Oh. It's fine. Okay, so they're the folders that you provided on the screen.
a lot gone
SD,
wrong.
catering.
I
Or
know
management.
it's spelled wrong.
Horrible thought.
Imagine it's spelt right. Use your
Proper wrong, too.
imagination.
Which bit's spelled wrong, sorry?
Lock
the top
down.
right. I'm sorry, I've
Lockdown
forgotten. Protocol. You know what? I missed that first bit. I was just reading SD,
Maybe
catering,
it's not,
and
and
management.
it's
I was-
Loki down.
Find out what's on the
Okay,
menu.
lock you down. Locked down.
We
Ooh.
question these things, Andy, because if they were misspelt on a computer in game, that could be a clue.
Exactly.
They are not
Lockdown
misspelled
might be someone
computer.
could lock.
Thank you.
Not
Yeah.
misspelled on the computer.
So I think first up, catering. Because no, I'm going to go for personnel, if I may.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Someone wants to
You
check the menu for his secret piece of information. What does Pangolin actually eat?
Give me time.
and that's what you're presented with. Prisoners and guards.
And management.
No,
the
that was
previous
part of the previous message. Great how it adds it on like that, yeah.
You know what? Yeah. I promise I haven't been drinking today.
That's
Yep.
fine. It suits the stream.
Prisoners and
I
guards.
think.
Well, that's. Well, let's go for. First of all, because there was like 2 guards here, weren't there? Everybody else was either a robot or a hologram.
Well, you don't know that because you remember when you first arrived, there was a scene in the prison where there were quite a lot of guards that emerged out
Yeah.
of everywhere. It is,
Women
yeah,
holograms.
possibly,
So-
yeah. You don't know.
Yeah, let's click on guards then, and just have a
Yep.
quick browse through that to see.
Yep.
I think if there's
Um,
only 2 guards, you wouldn't need a whole catering department.
Prisoners need to eat, Paul.
That yeah. Oh,
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And
yeah.
you open this, and there's some sort of like duties section that's listed, and then you have on-site personnel, sort of, on-site guards. The list has a total of 20, and there are 10 that say on-site.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, sorry. 10 that say on site, 10 that say they're off site, and then there's one that says missing.
Missing. Who's missing?
When you have a look, it comes up Captain Davy.
Oh, I'm assuming if I look down at this guy's uniform, this body's unit, the name badge on it, does it say Davy?
It does.
Yeah,
It does say Davy on his shirt pocket.
yeah. Found you.
And on his underwear.
I didn't check his underwear. oddly.
Alright, okay.
Thanks for that bit of info.
Well,
Yeah.
people have to have the tags sticking out.
It's not so much that; it's just that when you die,
Yeah.
What convenient the tag was sticking out, so you can still
Yes,
see.
I can confirm there
Yeah.
is a smell.
Full of burnt
Right.
hair, barbecue, and feces.
Captain Davy in the Navy.
Thank you for
Right.
making that connection there, Kadawi.
Yep.
Okay, so interestingly, then we've got a list of prisoners.
Yes.
Who've we got? Because I know we haven't found Gem yet.
So when you
And
open
somebody
up
said
this,
he was here.
when you open up this this folder, you have on-site and off-site.
Okay. First of all, on site.
When you open up on-site, it pulls up a list of 100 different mutants. 100 names listed as prisoners. Straight off the bat, you do spot Doc Galvanic's name on the first few lists that it shows.
Yeah.
They have our names.
Okay. And what about Agent 17?
That's not a name, that's a number.
You do scroll down and you do come across Agent 17 listed.
Okay.
And when
Interesting.
you click, I mean, do you click?
Yeah.
Okay. You click on your name and you get three options.
Okay.
Profile, transfer, terminate.
Profile.
Okay. As soon as you click profile, big flash on the screen comes up. Classified level 2.
Bollocks. Okay. I don't see Gem's name on the list of prisoners, do I?
Not
On
on
the
the
on-site
internal
ones.
list, no. On-site, no.
Okay. Now, one of the others had said that he was here. We haven't found him yet, so I'm clicking on the off-site folder.
And when you click on the offsite folder, it loads 27,000 names.
Shit. Is there a way to export?
There is no search bar. Yes, there is.
That's bad UI.
To export them to a text file
Yeah.
using the DOS command.
Yeah, there is a way that you can print off this list.
I don't want to print it off because
you want-
27,000 is
okay.
going to use a lot of paper. We've got to think of the trees,
It's
man.
gonna print it really tiny.
Um,
Print a PDF.
Yeah, and I'll search this guy's
Um,
drawer for a USB.
Yeah, there is an export option as well.
Okay.
And you click export, and it does come up saying, "Please insert device to export."
And I search around the desk for a USB.
Roll me a perception.
Another 14.
There is no USB that you can see.
Ah. A floppy disk.
You'll need a lot of floppy disks.
Bollocks.
And on that note,
Yeah.
England, Igni,
What?
What? What?
you're digging out this tunnel,
Stop copying me.
and all of a sudden, there's an explosion from up the tunnel, and loads of rocks and everything start flying your way.
Oh, this feels like a bad way to clear a tunnel while we're digging it out. They're gonna cave us in.
Sorry. And you see
We're
a
digging
little,
down here.
you see a little head poke through the hole. One more. Sorry.
Barely said you don't understand how to dig tunnels after you've dug a tunnel.
And
Not how you expand things.
another explosion blares past you. Smoke billows down, and the tunnel is fully open. And you see this big, large yellow Hulkimus.
Hulkmas.
Trying to say, looks like the Hulk, but copyright says I can't say that, so it looks
Hulking man.
It's a great hulking man.
The large.
He's very muscly.
Legally distinct from.
Looks slightly bigger than you, Pangolin.
Pangolins not very big, remember?
Pangolins not very big.
No, he's exactly, but he's very hulky.
Oh, we can't say that.
Hulkumongous.
What?
He's a bulk boy.
He's
He's
very
bulky.
muscly. He's
The incredible
clearly
bulk.
The
he's
bulk.
yes, he's the bulk. It's close enough, but distinct enough. And the bulk looks at you, and he tosses a boulder down the thing. That should be enough.
I'm walking here.
Well, so am I.
Yeah, but we were told to clear the tunnel this way. Why are you coming this way?
Well, I was told to clear the tunnel this way, so I'm coming this way.
Right, well, it's
Right.
clear so you can turn around.
Do I need to clear you?
Do you want to try?
Ooh.
Igni gets between the yellow and blue before they make green. He says, right.
Boy, now that sort of street.
That's, yeah.
Right, listen, you've both done
Fade
your
to
job. No! I don't want to be the third primary colour in this. I stand between them and just say, alright, calm down, guys. Like, we
You
both cleared the
challenged
tunnel.
me.
Just, do I know this guy?
You've seen him before because you've worked some demolition crews.
Called the bulk.
What's
He
his
is
name?
called the Bulk.
It's called the bulk.
What's his
Calm down.
actual name?
Bobby.
Would I know it?
Bobby.
Bobby Ulk.
Listen,
Bulk.
Bobby, just chill out. You've both done your job.
You're telling me to chill.
I just deadpan stare him in the face till he finishes laughing. I clap my hands in front of him to try and stop him. Listen, you've cleared the tunnel out. Was that
Yes.
your only job today? Just clear the tunnel.
I was to clear out and evacuate.
Okay, we'll go if the entire tunnel's cleared out. Why don't we all head back down and start helping people evacuate the people?
Okay.
Sound good? Yeah?
Yeah.
Pangolin, yeah?
Good point, that was funny.
Iggy just turns around and starts walking back to the prison. Hopes the Dumb and Dumber follower.
Oh,
Is he always funny?
right, following me.
Oh.
Oh, Pangola's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder there.
Bulky no have friend.
Nope.
Bobby, you have like 16 friends.
They don't follow me on Tinder.
Why? You shouldn't be on Tinder. That's against Sanctuary rules.
Bulky lonely.
Then go to one of the date nights that are hosted.
Bulky not allowed after the incident.
Oh god, don't remind me of the incident. Took weeks to clean up all the pudding.
It was a talent show.
That was not a talent.
Oh. And you exit the tunnel back into this main room, and you see there's an almost like a neat row of bodies near the tunnel entrance, and a robotic arm.
Anglin, you want to pick up Doc's robot arm?
Right. I'll just grab the arm and sling it over my shoulder.
Also, I
Come
can't
on.
carry it.
And
That's a good one.
just Baglin, just you roll me a d20.
No, because I can't type / roll. 1 second. 13.
Okay. And as you grab this arm and sling it over your shoulder, a few bolts and things come flying out of it and go whizzing across the room behind you.
Oops.
Is he meant to do that?
I'll go find the bolts. They might be needed. I'll head over to. Is there anyone who seems to be like coordinating the
Doc,
evacuation?
Doc seems to be coordinating the few mutants of Sanctuary that have come through. She's kind of pointing them to the bodies that need to be moved and taken to the tunnel.
I'll head over to her and go. What's up, Doc? What needs doing?
We're just getting everybody out of the way. I think we found everybody and I've healed them enough to be transported.
What are we doing about the others?
I don't know. I'm just about finishing up. I'm going to speak with Alex.
Okay. He's got a really shit coat on today.
He's also angry.
He's always
because
angry.
I made it worse.
Oh, the court.
Good. He got
I
us
bro-
captured and almost got us killed.
I
He can go
broke his
fuck
hands.
himself. Perfect. I'll pick up the body that Dutch just finished and I'll start carrying it out.
Yeah, so.
Doc?
Yeah, if I'm finished up with the bodies, I will make my way over to Alex.
Yep. And at this point, Alex is still talking with this woman.
She was called, was it Rose as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Doc. You've been very helpful.
It was Rose that actually made me aware that some of them might still be alive. We were very focused on other things. So, thank you.
Don't think of it. Oh. Well, Rose, how long have we got? Roughly about 13 minutes and 17 seconds.
Roughly.
Yeah, you can never be too sure. I suggest we begin taking what we can.
What are we doing about the bodies, Alex?
Well, we'll take as many of the ones that are still alive as possible. The ones that dead, there's nothing we can do for them. We'll just have to leave them.
Would that be wise? Would this kinetics still mutilate them?
I don't know. but we haven't got the manpower to fight them. We need to get out of here and regroup back at Sanctuary and reassess. We have some well, you've gathered some information that definitely changes the time frames that we were working on.
Yes, there are definitely new things.
If we had the time, then probably we would destroy all the bodies. I don't know what our capabilities are here. I mean, maybe could probably ask Igni if she can burn them, but
I don't know if that's something that it'd be nice asking her to do.
no. She seems like she's already had enough of her adventures at the moment.
Well, it's
Where's-
definitely an adventure to remember for her.
Is this all of you that were here?
No, Gun is somewhere. He took the guy's body away.
You better go and grab him. We won't have much time. The others must be in one of the other prisons. We'll be hitting them at the same time, so hopefully we'll find the rest of our friends and we'll regather back at Sanctuary, but we don't have long. You heard what she said. I'd say 10 minutes and we need to be gone.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll go and look for Gun.
Mhm.
I'm assuming there's not going to be a blood trail from the body because it was, cauterized. But I'll just go back the way we came. Ew.
And you head back down to the corridor and you enter the office and Gun is there at the computer.
Gun, we've got a time limit. We need to go.
There's a list of names. There's a lot of them.
List of
People
names?
being kept off site. Have you found Gem?
No, I didn't see him.
Must be on this list somewhere. Does the list say where these people are being kept, like a facility number or anything like that?
Do you want to try clicking on one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. When you click on any of the names on this list, you get the options of profile, transfer, and
Terminate.
details. No,
Oh,
no
not terminate.
terminate on this one. Profile, transfer, and details.
Okay.
Do you want to try on a random one?
Yeah, I'm not got time to go through the whole list, have I? So.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just choose one at random and see what information it's got.
Okay, what are you clicking?
Details.
Okay, and the moment you click details, it brings up a page which is... It's not got loads of information on, but it's got captured, current location, and some of them... I'm going to imagine you've clicked maybe one or two sort of thing.
Yeah.
Some of them have an expiration date on.
Well, that doesn't sound good, does it?
You know, like milk. Milk
That's
expires.
This list, obviously I'll go over with Gun and have a look. Is it the mutant names on the list? Or real names?
They are all your go-by names. So whichever name you
Your handle,
use
yeah.
your...
Was Igni's name on the list? Because he technically doesn't have a go-by name. Igni is just her name.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm not looking at the list.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other thing I suppose I need to ask, this information, is it on some kind of central network or is it on this PC?
You're definitely logged into a network.
Okay.
This
How do we
is
get this information off of here?
I don't know. The only way to do it is download it. We need something. Because that's a lot of names. That's a lot of information. Is there
Yeah.
is there anything we can use?
Well, I haven't found anything.
I can have a route around.
Yeah, you probably know a bit more about tech than me.
I can try.
What and how are you looking? So what are you looking for and how are you looking?
Pressure's on.
I think it'll literally just be it'll be focused on around the computer and the desk, like anything that's clearly storage and two-hand. Looking for.
Novelty USB drives.
Yeah, it'll be a USB drive, and I will also check his body to see if there's one on his keys. Just
Oh, neat. Yeah, good idea.
I was
Okay. You check his body. There is an ID card on his body. He has no keys
Okay.
on him.
Right.
Roll me a perception.
Noise.
And as you're kind of looking around the desk and you're kind of looking at this body, that gun's kind of just dropped at the side of the desk, you notice the floor looks a bit weird under the desk. Like, you see a very hairline square on the floor.
Gun. I think we've got a trap door or something, or a compartment under here. So-
It's probably
Safe.
about 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. It's not.
It's safe.
It's not a trap door. But yeah,
Could be, could be
I
a
mean,
trap.
for,
You get your foot
for a
stuck- you're trapped
Smurf,
there.
maybe.
If you get your foot stuck in there, that's definitely a trap. Just saying.
It's a trip trap. That one.
I will move the desk out the way and
Yeah.
get a proper view of it.
You're now looking at a square on the floor.
I'm gonna try and open it somehow.
And when you push your fingers in the hole or on the square as well, the square kind of sinks and then pops back up,
Ooh.
and there is a door. And as you lift this door, you're presented with a safe.
Ooh. Is it keypad safe
It's a
or
keypad safe.
nah? How? Okay. I just look at Gunners like, any ideas?
The key card that we've got. Are there any digits on it at all?
No.
There's not like
Yeah.
a serial number or anything.
There's just a
No.
picture of him. Well, you assume so. You haven't got a face to compare it to anymore.
I mean, I punched it. I punched that face. I don't know
Yeah.
whether it was
There's the Kinetics and there's the Kinetics logo.
right.
Mm.
I don't know. Is there anybody out there maybe can pull this fucking thing out of the floor?
Yeah. I will try and lift it up because it's not that big, is it? Try and yank it off.
The problem is there's nothing to grip.
Yeah, so you just like get it in your arm round it and just.
No,
Well-
you can't get your arm. It's in the floor. Like,
Yeah, I thought you said
can't.
it came off.
No,
Oh, no, it was-
the lid's open, and it's now
Oh, yeah,
sank
yeah.
in the floor. You can't
sunk
grab
down
it.
into the yeah.
Right, I was thinking that the whole thing kind of rose up, not just the lid. Right,
No,
okay.
no. It doesn't. No, it's not that cool and fancy. No, it's just a door on the floor.
Is blue still out there?
He was digging a tunnel somewhere, I think. I'll try and take the panels off around it to see if I can go around. And get
There's
under.
like floor tiles or something. Are there other floor tiles? Or is it just
No,
like
it's
this?
carpet.
Okay. It's not.
It's posh. It's soft.
That's right.
Posh.
Yeah. There's no way you're going to get through that carpet.
I mean, yeah, it's solid concrete underneath the carpet.
Alright,
It's
okay.
slid carpet under that carpet.
It's
There's no way.
just a meter thick
There's
of
no way
carpet.
Carpet all the way down.
Mm.
Isn't concrete technically stone? You said there was no stone on the floor last session.
Dun dun dun.
I said you couldn't detect it.
Ah.
There
This
was
is
a
where
shield.
we're
Why is
working with
Andrew
those
Andrew Abbia?
weaknesses. Thin carpet.
That thin carpet is more powerful than you'll ever know.
Right.
It's blue.
I'm gonna, while Doc's kind of trying to figure out a way to lift out the safe, I'll go and see if Pangolin is anywhere nearby.
Okay, so you leave Doc fiddling
Yeah.
with the safe. You head back. Pangolin.
I'm just
You-
stood at
you-
the tunnel entrance, holding
You
an
stood
arm,
at the tunnel
just
entrance
singing.
holding this
Singing.
arm.
Gil from Ipanema.
Patching you back.
What song you sing?
Somewhere.
Good, and you turn around the corner. Hey, man.
Huh?
You need work? Take body through tunnel.
Hey, Blue. Come
What?
here, will you?
Yeah. Walk over to go.
And I just turn away and,
Let me
and
arm.
completely ignore Bulk because, he has no friends.
Oh.
He's Mr. Lonely because he fucking well should be.
They call me Yellow Yellow.
Wow.
We've got some definite aggressive towards Bulky today. Yeah,
Can't
Pangolin,
replace Penguin.
I'm trying.
It's true blue all the
It
way.
seems like one of those desperate attempts that the writers of a TV show have to introduce a new character that just is so, yeah,
Yeah, no one wants
So-
it.
yeah, that's right. Like Scrappy Doo. Yeah,
Oh,
we've just met our Scrappy Doo, folks.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Right. What you need? You know,
Um,
I've got an arm.
great.
I'm not sure
hey,
why.
Doc, I'll tell you
Right,
you've had
Doc.
no joy. Hey, dig that fucking safe out of there, would you,
Your
mate?
arm. Oh, hang on. Slam the arm down on the table.
How's that ended up back up here?
He's brought it all the way back to the other.
Yeah, it's like,
I left it downstairs.
yeah. It's really fucking heavy, but it's being passed around.
Said carry the arm, I carried the arm. You said come over here, come over
Thank you, Pangolin.
here. Right. Hang on. I'll just dig my fingers in around the safe and just pull the full thing.
Yeah, and as you dig, you feel resistance around the side of the safe, but you manage to just push through it enough that you could get a grip on the safe and pull that out. Doc, as you watch him throw his fingers into the floor, can't help but feel like a spike in power around his hands. And you feel that fuzziness that you have on all the walls and everything that seems to be some sort of shield. You see it kind of break around the floor, around Pangolin. And all of a sudden, the walls and most of the floor still, but there's almost like a giant hole around where Pangolin's thrown his hands into the floor, where this fuzziness has just stopped.
Right, got your box.
How did you get through?
I went down, then I went up, and now I've got your box.
Do you not feel the
Didn't feel nothing.
The
Oh,
claustrophobia.
hang
The
on. I've got some dust. Didn't feel nothing.
really? Huh.
Mm.
That's
Sort
very
of-
impressive.
I try and balance the box on one shoulder and pick up the arm in my other hand. Right.
We didn't find no USB or anything. We just found the safe, didn't we?
Got a box.
You found a safe at the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Got an arm.
I know. I brought the arm.
Right.
It doesn't plug in a USB.
Wait, why
does
is it here?
So they can look at
Right.
it in Sanctuary and stuff.
Yeah, but why is it here and not in
I left it downstairs. You brought it with you because you were nice and carrying it for me.
Right. That makes sense. Right. I've got this box. What do you want the box?
I
Same
we're
place.
taking it with us.
Right.
We don't know the code to open it
Right.
unless you want to try and open it.
I mean, I could just like, hang on. I slam the arm back down on the table and take the box and
Roll me a d20.
This table is not going to survive.
It's doing well though.
17.
As you slam this arm on the table does smash and the legs crumple, but the arm seems to have stayed in
Oh.
one piece.
Oops. Right.
Huh.
Yet, Gun, the computer monitor is flung across the room.
Good distance. Right. I'll put the box down on the floor and sort of try and dig my fingers around the edge of the door part.
Yep. And it's quite easy. This is just like simple steel to you. You know, there you go.
Right. Got the box open.
Thank
Right.
you.
Yep.
And as you look inside the safe, there is a USB inside this safe, with a little label that says backup files.
This little plastic thing.
Yeah, well,
There-
take it easy
Oh,
with that,
there's
will
a,
you?
there's a small spider. Hello.
There's also a book inside the safe.
Well, it's one of the things
Okay.
we're writing in it.
Doesn't have anything wrote on the cover or anything. It's a very small black little notebook.
Okay. Take.
Shush, Paul.
Oh, I thought I was muted, sorry.
Which one takes the little black book? Yeah, we'll take these stuff out of that safe. I'll just ask to Gun. It's like, do you really think this is a backup of all the files?
You're asking me?
Well, you're knowledgeable, aren't you?
Have I ever given you that impression?
It's, comparative.
Should we just take it as it is, or should we try and get the files quickly?
Look, you say we're on a time limit, right?
Yeah.
What time limit?
It's been
About
roughly
10
about
minutes.
yeah, it's been roughly about
Yeah.
5 minutes since you said the 10-minute warning.
All right.
Yeah, so we've got
Well,
only got a
we-
few minutes.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
take
just
it.
go.
Thank you, Pangolin.
Right. I pick up the arm and then I pick up the empty box and lift it up on my shoulder.
We
Could
don't
you-
need the box anymore, thank you.
Oh, right. I just drop it.
And you're leaving the office, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I let the others go first.
Yep.
Pangolin brings up the rear. With the arm.
And you get back to the main hall where you see Igni kind of helping carry some of the bodies over to the tunnel.
Okay. Is everybody cleared out now? Pretty much.
Pretty much there's no more bodies that seem to be taken from the main hall. They're either all on stretchers or they're all making their way up through the tunnel at this point. The only thing that's left in the main hall now is Alex and Rose just stood talking.
And the corpses.
Yeah.
And the pile of corpses.
Did Alex come to me regarding the corpses or not?
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up to Alex. We're still missing some.
Missing some what?
Some mutants.
No, we didn't anticipate they'd put you all in one prison cell. But going off our intel, this and 2 others we're hitting, so hopefully our friends will be in the other 2 as well. Beyond that, we don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, there's a list of 27,000 people on that computer back there.
There's a lot of
27
names.
27,000 people who did what?
They have records
Mutants.
of.
What?
Prisoners. Well, that's what it said.
This computer, where is it?
Back this way, but we're running out of time, man.
But we did find a USB. Says it's got backup files. Don't know how up to date they are.
Right. Okay. Rose. 7 minutes, 32 seconds.
Anglin, you can't do it.
Damn.
Right.
Well,
I've got this extra hand though. Hang on.
Good-
1, 2, 3.
yes. Robot hand.
4,
Um,
6, 7.
well, we'll just have to take what we can.
That's a lot.
27,000 mutants? A lot more than we estimated. Almost twice.
What did they estimate they had prisoner or in general?
That we estimated they had put in prison.
I mean,
Well, that means that there's sites that you aren't aware of, right?
It's possible, yes. At the
We
moment,
can-
the information that we've got, let's just say we're not 100% sure we can rely on it now. I was saying to Igni and Anglin, we may have a mole in
Wasn't in the
Sanctuary.
tunnel. I checked.
No. Yes, thank you.
Well, it is underground.
is that how
Um,
kinetics
I'm
found
sure
out
you
about
got plenty.
Sanctuary?
Is that how what? Sorry.
Is that how kinetics found out about Sanctuary?
I don't know. Even I don't know everything, but possible.
So this mole, you think they're leaking information out and giving you bad information, or is it just that? Or is the only information you have is you may have a mole?
We may have a mole.
Okay.
It was on tight.
Right, so I mean, Walter Hugh, he didn't say that he knew exactly where Sanctuary was, but he did imply that he knew it was underground somewhere, right? So,
Well, if he does know where it is, we have our own defenses anyway.
I mean, why would he have held off? Why not just take Sanctuary? I mean, I'm sure you've got a lot of people, but
Well, we only need one. Our leader, he can single-handedly protect Sanctuary. If they know about Sanctuary, then they would probably know about him, and they would know that they haven't got a chance. The sanctuaries are protected by... They're protected by their leaders.
Yes. And all the other, I can't remember what they said about the other sanctuaries. How many other sanctuaries were there? I know we had the chat with Infinity about it.
Well, there used to be a dozen. Now I believe there's only about 4 or 5 left.
they were found.
1 or 2 were found. Few of us were closed when there was no longer a need to hide. You have to remember, not every country in the world is against mutants.
I can't live in one of those countries.
I can book you a flight if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay.
We all jump on a plane. The campaign ends. here.
Yeah, campaign. There we go.
We all go to France as the prophecy dictated.
What
So-
France? They've got long bread.
Okay.
What, you buy one loaf of bread, you'll be there for weeks. If I buy one loaf of bread, I eat it in 2 days.
Very good,
Okay.
Pangolin.
Right.
So are
Right.
all the other sanctuaries, they're protected by
They're protected by their leaders.
leaders. Okay. Okay. Because we can't be sure he's talking about this sanctuary.
Who knows? I mean, Rose, you would know. It's possible he's talking about your sanctuary. I doubt he'll be talking about mine.
In
We'll assume
Paris,
it's... How did you know?
what you told me.
That devious little git. Hmm.
It didn't really, but
Oh, well. No, he's... If he is going to attack, it will be yours. Maybe you should
Yeah,
warn him,
it is like-
Alex.
look, we gotta go.
Yes.
Fact is, I don't think he wants to kill anybody.
Who? Walter?
You. Hmm.
Oh, I think he wants us for power.
Yes and no. We're not sure, but we think he's planning a genocide.
Well, I mean, I'm
Big
not
word.
sure how that helps him out with his fucking power stations or whatever he was talking about.
Well, it
No.
depends who is genocide is against. He could
I-
turn around and say it's the mutants that have done it, or kill the mutants and be made a hero. Either way, he wins.
That chemical you got us from the warehouse the other week. We analyzed it, and what appears to be harmless. When we gave it the frequency that you gave us from the barrel reference, it became the most toxic poison we've ever seen.
I can take it.
It literally melted through our table and containers that we had.
I can
That's a-
take it.
That's a good question. Does Pangolin still have the ink on him?
Yeah. It's here and it's here and up here and
There's a
that's the wrong arm,
resi-
That's not my arm.
There's a residue on
yeah.
Pangolin you can see, but it has worn off quite a bit.
It's the bits where I'm not blue.
There it's still.
They obviously weren't using permanent poison.
Trust me, poison is permanent.
But this is the ink that they were using to brand everyone with their marks.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get it.
It's here.
The reason it's come off you, Pangolin, is because it didn't get injected under your skin.
Because I can take it.
There's that as well.
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's Kinetics' kill switch. We have no
Yeah.
idea how we can disable it, though. Sort of
Tinfoil.
ripping out everybody's tattoos. Well, markers.
I mean,
What about blocking the frequency?
Tinfoil.
Problem is we can block the frequency, but the moment we do, we alert Kinetics would know about it. So
Oh, what?
we
So
can't
what
just...
if they know about it?
Well, if we turn it on now and we block the frequency as of now, they just won't press the button and they'll find out where the frequency is coming from. We have got ways of blocking it, but we would have to know exactly when they plan to detonate.
You need inside information.
Exactly. Otherwise, they can just wait until they've destroyed our blocking and then press it. We're working on that as we speak, but like I said, we can't show our hand too early on that one, otherwise they would know. And they would find a way around it, I'm sure.
But showing it too late.
Showing it too late, and everyone, by what we can guess, is their kill switch will wipe out every mutant that has ever been registered.
Mm.
Which, if what you say is what they may be doing in 4 days' time.
I thought they were just killing everybody in here.
Yeah.
Well, they don't need the markers for that. As far as we know, everyone who's in the prisons are collared. Wouldn't make sense to kill the prisoners. Maybe.
Oh.
I mean, it could be, but they're no threat to kinetics at the moment. They're in kinetics control.
Oh no. We must work fast.
This is why we were desperate to get information. And when we were given an opportunity to apprehend Walter himself, we figured it was worth the risk. Had we had known it was false information, we would never have sent you.
There's nothing
Igni-
much. Sorry. I was just. There's nothing much we can do here. I suggest we need to move. I don't like leaving the bodies.
Igni's been staring at them the entire time. If you look over, you can just see that wire that's wrapped around their wings. It's glowing bright orange because she's heated up.
Well, they ain't gonna get much of a burial, are they?
No.
I look
Not
at Igni.
really. Rose, are you coming? No. I best go wait in the office then, if you are going to do what I believe. I will see you again soon, my friends.
Why is...
There's a dead guy in there, and he smells a bit funny,
Lovely.
just so you know.
And
Also
she
the box.
walks down the corridor out of the way.
Bye.
I'll start walking towards the hole. As I walk past Igni, I will just look at her and give a slight nod and carry on walking.
Igni sort of blinks as if startled. Clearly, she's sort of been in her own thoughts, and just sort of looks around and then sees people leaving and just follows.
And I kind of put my hand on Igni's shoulder.
You burn because she is burning hot right now. I need to
Ow.
look up what actually happens now.
I mean, if you're hot, I ain't gonna touch you, am I?
He probably hesitates
I
as he
really
feels
go,
the
"Oh."
heat.
A bit warm. Don't think I'll bother. And I just say to her, it's a tough call, but you want to leave them back there for them to be experimented on.
Igni just looks at you and just goes, "How do you expect me to incinerate so many bodies when you get the other fire person who burst in to do it?"
Because he ain't here. And I just turn and walk up the corridor.
Uh, how how piled together are the bodies? Are they within like a 60-foot cone?
I think Pangolin was
Yeah.
on that job, so maybe.
Yeah,
Just-
they're probably definitely all within 60 feet.
No, yeah, they said put the bodies there. I put the bodies there.
Yep. And
Okay,
as you get
well-
back to the entrance, all the bodies that were lined up for those who were alive have all been escorted out now.
Okay. Igni will turn back to the bodies and with the tears still immediately evaporating off her face, which is why she's burning. We'll just close our eyes and take a deep breath in and breathe fire over the bodies until there's nothing but ash.
And you all feel this heat very quickly as it
Cool.
begins to funnel up through the tunnel that you're all walking. And as you kind of turn over your shoulder, you just see Igni walking up this tunnel with a huge blinding light and heat searing from down the other end. Well, we must move on. Bit of a trek up this tunnel, I'm not gonna lie. Pangolin and Bulk, make sure the tunnel doesn't exist once we've gone, will you?
We can't both fit here at the same time. You might as well go ahead.
Well, I'll do the back bit, you could do the front bit.
We need to go up the front bit. Anyway, I'm armed, so
Oh.
Oh. Oh, you gonna use the arm to dig?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
bye.
let me know if you get tired.
Yeah.
And he kind of walks in front of you a little bit.
I'll walk back down towards the facility until I pass Igni, and then I'll start collapsing the tunnel essentially from the wall of the facility back.
Yep.
I've still got the arm over my shoulder the entire time. It's just hanging there while I use both hands.
As soon as you kind of pull the first few chunks, the light dims very quickly, and this gushing heat that was coming up through the tunnel ceases, and it starts to go cold again inside this tunnel.
Or from the electric heater that Igni is pseudo making with the wire on her back.
Can't tell.
Right. About half an hour before we get to the first checkpoint, and then things should get easier from there. I suggest minimal talking. Protect as much air as we've got. And that's where we'll go on a quick break. We followed this tunnel for about half an hour in almost pure silence.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. Conserving air.
And you suddenly come out of this tunnel into almost like a very large underground cave. And the cave is being lit up by a giant blue disc that's looks like it's burning the atmosphere where it is. And you can see at the side of it, and this disc, like, it touches the floor and it goes up about 10 foot in the air. And stood next to this disc, you see somebody who's almost glowing the same color as the portal, and like almost like spinning it with his hands. And you see this line of people who are carrying all these stretchers are walking into this portal. Right. Straight through, back to Sanctuary, guys.
Okay.
Through that.
Hang on, I'll
When-
finish this tunnel.
Do I know this guy's name?
You don't recognize the person who's maintaining this giant disc.
Okay. I will go through the portal.
Yep. And as you step through this portal, you arrive at the top of Sanctuary.
Hmm.
I'll get out of the way of the triage that I presume is happening.
Yep. And you're seeing... Sorry, this music was way over the top of the Sanctuary. It's supposed to be a calm and peaceful place, and this is not calm and peaceful. 1 second.
It's like it's Disco Night in Sanctuary.
Okay, that'll do. Sorry. Just like a music. So you step forward to the giant pit of Sanctuary. You see some people are being loaded onto vehicles, being driven down Sanctuary, and you see some people who are like performing healing, sort of on the worst ones. And as Alex steps through the portal, the person who was maintaining it also steps through, and this disc just fades, and the cave goes slightly dark again. Well, as the rescue missions go, that wasn't too bad.
Really?
Well,
You might want to tell that to her. And I'm pointing at Igni, who's walking off.
Igni
the way.
wants to be looking to see if her mum is there healing any of the people.
probably perception. You do see her in the distance helping out, yeah.
I start walking towards her.
Well, if you all don't mind, we may need you in our debrief for whatever information that you've acquired here. Especially you, Gun.
All right. So we head down into the very pit of Sanctuary.
There's something wrong. Went out there with 2 arms, I've come back with 3. This isn't normal.
Well, you get to keep
And-
one up
Mate,
at the bottom.
mate, you're a fucking mutant.
Oh wait. Yeah, good point. Right.
And yeah, you Alex reckons you to follow him, and you follow him down the ramps of Sanctuary.
Is this where they keep the coats?
No, this is not where we keep the coats.
Because you could do with another one. That one's all mucky.
Thank
Blue,
you.
he's in a fucking hole.
Yeah, but it's a nice hole. And he's all mucky with his mucky coat on. It's got dirt all over it.
We weren't in a nice hole before, that's why it's dirty. You've got some dirt on you.
Yeah, but just like... Gone.
Okay.
Igni, are you joining us as this group walks past you?
If Igni had got to her mum just before the group started moving, she would have just hugged her without saying anything and just held her for a while.
Mhm.
And then she would have said, I'll come talk to you later. I've got to go do this thing. And then she'll silently come and join the group.
I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by the choice of music. Sorry.
You chose it.
This
I wish we
guessing,
could-
this,
I mean,
this
you say
guessing at what
choice.
things are going. What,
I really wish we could hear it.
Yeah,
You'd have-
same.
you'd have thought a track that says "Serenity" would be somewhat peaceful, and it turned out it had an electric guitar in it, which was not what I was
Was there an
going for.
electric guitar going on while I was just having my emotional
There
breakdown with
was.
my mother?
Literally was. It was like the Power Rangers
Yeah.
music.
Fucking
Like,
hell.
Wow.
You just said Power Rangers music and then did the X-Men theme, and I'm very confused.
no, it's the old Power Rangers. Not
the way you do it, it's not.
Gosh, you're tone deaf.
Yeah.
You can't
Anyway.
comment.
I'm now going to get copyrighted for the Power Rangers music for that perfect rendition.
Oh, the X-Men
yeah,
music.
right, yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's
I'll
how
watch
we'll
out
know
for that
what I
one.
did.
Yeah, that's it. This whole 5 minutes is gone. Yeah.
If you're watching
never
on
win my
YouTube,
Oscar.
you won't know because you'll have just had silence. Yeah. So you gather up and you follow Alex down the roads of Sanctuary. It takes a while.
Oh, Lord, again.
Halfway through, you kind of jump onto a vehicle that is kind of waiting for you and drives you all down to the very bottom.
Does it survive the combined weight of me and this robot?
It's a truck.
Does it survive the combined weight of me and this robot?
It's made out of robot arms. That's how tough this truck is.
There's a few,
Oh, it's an army truck.
the suspension definitely screams as you stand on it.
Fucking
Um,
hell.
And yeah, you get down to the bottom of Sanctuary. And Alex takes you towards these giant doors.
Driver.
They're at the bottom
Away
of
from the
Sanctuary. And he turns to you. Remember, no powers.
You said that last time.
I know. Pangolin, are you going to be okay?
I don't know, am I?
Well, no powers. You know.
Right.
And he holds out a mask for you.
Paper bag.
It's a bin bag.
Pangolin, I think you
Hang
need
on.
to be Rhodes for a little bit.
Hang on.
Oh, he's gonna put a fucking mask on. Watch him.
He hasn't got
Oh,
a
Pangolin
balaclava.
puts a mask
Of course
on.
he has a balaclava.
Igni wants to ask Alex. Alex, can you see if you can find somebody who can get this wire off of me?
Nobody will know who I am.
Who said that? Who the hell are you?
Sure. I'll have to. Has Pangolin tried to get them off?
Yeah. They just got tighter.
Hmm. 1 second. And he runs off to
Whoa.
a smaller building that's down at the bottom.
2.
And after a few minutes, he comes back with another mutant.
3.
Do you mind turning your back to us, Igni?
Igni turns around.
And this mutant puts his hands on the wires, and the rest of you kind of see him like close his eyes and just almost focus on them.
Igni winces.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a metal like this before. And this mutant turns to Sam. You'll need someone cold to break it. It seems to get weaker the colder it is.
Does no one just have a pair of like wire cutters?
Who's Sam?
Who is Sam?
Who's Sam?
It's Alex's other name.
You said he turns to Sam.
Sorry,
It's Alex's other
Alex.
name.
Somebody did. Yeah, he
Okay.
turns to Alex. He's like, "Gonna need someone cold." Sorry, Igni. That metal is still quite formidable to most other metals, unless you have something made of diamond. I know a mutant. If you bear with me.
You know, a mutant made of diamond?
Well, we have to go do this debriefing, but if you could maybe find them for when we get out.
Yes. I'll go see if I can find a few who may be able to help.
You get everyone to line up, and they can all try one by one.
Sure. And Alex nods his head. Right. We better go in. He'll be waiting.
Did Pangolin stop being blue, or did he just put the mask on?
Put the mask on.
Mask on.
Pangolin, you need to be Rhodes for a bit.
Oh, right, hang on.
That's why you've got the mask on, so no one else will realise.
That makes sense.
Remember, it's only me who knows. The rest won't know. I look at the other two.
Wait, you
the
know?
other three. Yeah, I was there when you were naked and you wore my coat. Remember?
What?
And
I'll just look over at the other's deadpan.
you follow Alex through these large doors.
Pertinent question. How heavy is the robot arm?
Oh fuck yeah, that's a valid point.
You want the specific weight of the robot arm again?
It'll be
I would like the specific weight of the robot arm, yes.
If memory serves, it was like 700 pounds.
Oh, I'm good. Never mind.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. It was 750.
I'm good.
Good. And as you step over the threshold of these doors, Igni feel cold. Doc, you feel tired. And Pangolin, you're returned to your normal human form.
Pangolin's not here.
Is
What
he
are you on about?
naked?
Rhodes. That's a good point. Does Pangolin have clothes on? Yes, you would have clothes on because you had the clothes from the prison.
It was a prison jumpsuit.
Thank
Doesn't
God
suit
for
me.
that. Yeah, I see Pangolin's wanger again.
I keep hearing his voice. Has anybody seen Josh?
What?
Alex takes his coat off and hands it to you.
Perfect disguise.
No, it's Sam now.
No, it's Alex.
Sam's his middle name.
And you walk down this corridor. This white marbled corridor with statues, very pleasant. And you
Hello, statue.
enter through the door at the end of the corridor.
Is Alex coming with us?
Alex is with you, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't come with us last time.
Yeah.
You had
last
this whole
time
thing
Yeah.
about it.
no
Only
humans
mutants
allowed, you said
allowed.
last
That's
time,
right,
right?
right. Yeah.
And the coat he's wearing this time looks worse than the coat he was wearing. What? He's going to make a bit of a
Logical.
bad impression.
And
I
when
wasn't
you...
out of character, I'm just saying that to Igni.
Oh. And the doors at the end of the corridor open to the grand hall that you've all seen before. In the middle of the hall, you see a bunch of mutants sat round a round table. And surrounding them, a plethora of other mutants. And as Alex kind of waves at you, go forward, he kind of joins this line of people stood at the back.
They all have bad coats.
They do all have an assortment of weird coats, yeah.
Holy shit.
Guys in coats. It's a modern version of guys in chairs.
All the handlers have really bad coats.
Yep.
Guys in chess.
Guys in chairs. Every superhero has a guy in a chair.
Oh, yeah. This is a thing, isn't it? Yeah.
What?
Do you not have a guy in a chair? You should get one. They're very useful.
And
We'll get a diversity cast at some point.
as-
No, the guy
as-
in the chair. It's from Spider-Man thingy. Yeah, I don't know. The first one. It's Homecoming, is it? I don't
It's
know.
We'll
from
make
the
sure
comics
that
as
it's
well.
not actually a testicle.
It was a
that they're on.
superhero thing.
I've got a tabletop
Okay.
RPG about guys in chairs.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway,
There you go.
And
Coming soon.
as you walk in, you approach this crowd, and a familiar face beckons you forward to the front, and you notice,
oh dear.
you notice, Pangolin has disappeared. You notice Gem is stood
sorry.
at the front of the crowd, waving you forward.
This
It's
guy
not
decided
Pangolin.
to crash in the
That's
middle of
no-
that.
About it.
Who said
Head
that?
over to Gem.
What?
So yeah, if we see Gem, we'll start walking towards Gem. Going in his
And
direction.
you get to the front, and Gun, as you reach the front, one of the mutants sat round the table looks at you. You there. Step forward. You have news?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, I step forward.
You've come from the prisons, yes?
We all have. Yeah.
You have intel. Tell us.
What?
Well, I can tell you there's a list of 27,000 names of people that are being held prisoner by kinetics right now. And that you guys are doing fuck all about it. A lot of
This is-
people died. Anything else?
There's a silence in the room. That's more than we estimated, Infinity. What is your plan now? And this figure sat at the top of, well, the furthest part of this round table stands up,
Top of the round table.
top of the round table. And he looks at you, Gem. Gun. Not Gem. Oh my god, how
Gun.
did I do that?
No,
Gun.
he's
He's
Gun,
looking
your
at you,
guy's
Gun.
For the course, right?
Get some idiot!
I'm doing it again.
I know.
Everyone is Gem.
Um,
Coming soon to this channel.
It's happening again. It's happening again. Damn it, Hagen stole my joke.
Please, forgive us. Although it may not feel like we're doing what we can, we are doing a lot.
Really?
Really?
Yes. Although we are blinded. It has been brought to my attention that there is someone here amongst us
Locus.
who is feeding us false information. Which is why I have summoned all of you here. I think it's about time they showed themselves.
Yeah, I'll look round.
Step forward now, and we will promise you your life.
Igni will just adjust in her seat and look around the room.
Don't see any moles.
So be it.
I mean,
Does anyone
something
look sussy
big mole
in-
or like a regular size?
There's a general shuddering
mole?
around the room. Very well. Death may take you.
Work.
And as he sits down, another mutant from the round table stands up. And he's wearing a long black robe that covers him. Can't see his face or anything. But as he stands,
Is he goth?
a scythe
Lad.
comes out
Oh,
of his hand.
The ultimate
Quite
goth.
literally. Yeah.
Ultimate goth.
And he turns on the spot, and he kind of just holds out his finger, and there's a parting of people. And there is a mutant stood there who looks very pale. And they fall to his knees. And this mutant with a scythe walks up to him and just slices him with this scythe. And as he does so, there's no blood. He just turns to ash in front of you. But as he turns to ash, you all see a face appear. A change. Where you once saw a different mutant, those of you who recognize him.
He looked like a smarmy little
Is it
asshole.
Ben? The two of us need search no more.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I don't even know the
Music
lyrics
interlude.
to that song, but hey, yeah.
Igni, why's that
Um,
guy's sword bent?
You recognize the name of Paul, that child that you played.
Ben,
That's the one they were just saying. Ben.
I was trying to confirm it, but I went on to Roll20 to look at my notes, and I remembered I was in player only view, and I can't see my
Yeah.
notes right now.
It isn't
Andy
fair.
used my idea, guys. He
Whoa.
used my idea to put that character in against us.
oh,
And yeah,
I
you
expect compensation for that, Andy.
yeah, I'll pay you later. And you see Ben's face in sheer pain
Get bent.
as he
Who's
turns
that
to
guy?
ash.
It'd be only Gun, no, Game that recognise him, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Who's that guy?
No
How good you
idea.
recognize him?
Game.
Did he look like?
Gun wasn't there. Gem was there.
Oh right.
Nobody here
Gem te-
recognises him.
Gem tells you all. He's like, oh god, that's the guy.
Before
You just
the
hear him in
switching,
the background. Just fuck Ben.
Wait, that's
before-
the guy from that other thing.
before he was killed, did he look like anyone who had been in Sanctuary for a while, or was he a new face?
Not you didn't recognize them.
Okay.
And this
Bollocks.
cloaked
Every time.
mutant walks back and sits down on the chairs. Right, I think that's enough of a public display. Everyone
Just
leave, apart from you. And he
Hi.
points to you, Gun. And you. Points to you, Penguin.
Hi.
And you. Points to you, Doc. And you. Points to you, Igni. Everyone
Got
else,
names, you know.
you're free to go.
See you later, widow.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Headmaster has called you out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why does Weeping Widow get to stay out of the headmaster's office?
We'll never know.
Yeah.
And the room
Death
empties.
puts his
He's
finger
got
at
business to
Igni.
run.
No, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't Death pointing. That was Infinity pointing at you all, sort of thing. Death.
Well, someone's just
You
died
don't-
here. Someone
they're
needs to deal
pointing.
with that body.
There
There
isn't
is
a
no
body, it's just
turned to
Yeah.
ash.
Someone needs
Yeah.
to deal with ash. Ash
Somebody
needs
needs to
be
sweep that up.
a janitor walks in with a
Yeah.
button.
And all the
Weeping
mutants.
Widow just drops the business card on the pile of ash.
Yeah, she does. She does. Yeah, yeah. You all notice as everyone leaves where this pile of ash, there's now a Weeping Widow business card just
Yeah.
lying on the floor. Oh god. And
It's kind of
the room empties, and we're all now stood here with this round table. And it's only now that the room has emptied you realise out of the dozen seats, there's only about 4 of them actually filled. One of them you see Infinity. One of them you see this cloaked figure. Another, you see a very buff man who was the person who pointed you out, Gun, who sat at the table. And then there is almost like an aura around another chair. Like a very faint person there. You can see through them. You can actually make out a person sat on this chair very faintly.
That chair's haunted.
Yeah.
Do these other two people look like any of the statues outside?
Roll me a perception.
Were there any statues outside that were haunted?
Wait, are there any statues out there that look like chairs?
17.
Yeah, you definitely recognize that the two mutants that you can definitely make out, they definitely had a statue. You're certain of it.
One of them Zeus.
Know that.
I mean, I'm fairly certain when you describe the statues outside, one of them was holding a lightning bolt.
That doesn't make him Zeus. It makes
Yeah,
him
it doesn't.
like Fulgurites.
Well, I mean, if I did say that there was a guy with a lightning bolt, then yes, you do recognize this as the guy who was holding the lightning bolt outside.
Okay, so one of them's Zeus.
But not possibly Zeus.
That's definitely Zeus.
Could be
It's
Jupiter.
Fulgurite
No.
collector.
Yeah, him.
It's always going to be. I mean, as soon as you said a buff guy, I immediately went, that's going to be Zeus.
Other people are buff.
No.
Alex, for example.
Can't tell. He's always wearing a coat.
Just his coat. His buffer jacket. Okay,
I
cool.
should thank you all for your services, and I apologize for the conditions that led to your arrest. They were not
Right.
our intention.
Right.
What are your intentions? Are we allowed to know yet?
Our intentions is to stop kinetics. But this
That's good,
plan is a long plan, I'm afraid.
We don't have long.
We have 4 days.
That part of the plan we intend to stop.
Are we ever going to be told what this full plan is, or are we still going to be kept on the outskirts of it? Are we just pawns?
No, not pawns.
I think I'm a rook.
Can only move in straight lines.
Yup.
I will offer you a deal.
Just like a game show.
I will answer as much as I can if you will do me one last task.
Will you tell us the task first?
Yeah, do we get to hear that first? Yeah.
Okay? That is fair. We believe we know where the signal will come from. Kinetics. It took us a while, but we realized that if Kinetics was going to send out a kill command, the amount of power required to broadcast would be quite immense, and there's only one site that would be capable of it. It's a nuclear power station owned by Kinetics and is where they broadcast everything from. We need the center taking down.
Didn't Hughes
this
say
thing?
that?
Powered by mutants or something.
Yeah.
We believe it may be powered by mutants. We've been documenting the ins and outs of the facility, and, well, let's just say our calculations for what a nuclear power station would require is not what is going in and out of that place.
No, he mentioned something along the lines of has mutants with similar powers to mine, helping with the energy.
Yes. We are a very strong breed of mutants, I'm afraid.
We?
Is this Zeus talking?
This is Zeus talking. Yes, I tried to
confirmed it.
distinct. I tried. No, it's not. It's not Zeus. It's who you think it's Zeus.
Was that your buff voice?
It's my buff voice.
You need to give him a Scandinavian accent.
Please
Eh?
no.
I'm not
Grecian,
even going to
isn't
try
it?
that.
Please no.
Yes, unfortunately, they may be of my blood. Those mutants.
What? What? Is that a mutant? What? Is that how that works?
Hmm.
I don't think
Not
my dad
given-
was blue.
What do you know about mutant DNA?
I don't think you
No,
can spell
probably not.
DNA.
D. N.
Well, let
Uh,
me
Hey.
explain it.
Well done.
Yes, Spangling, well done.
right.
Rhodes.
All mutants that you know these days are all from the same bloodline. Mixes and crossovers, weaknesses and strengths. The blood has changed over the years, but all can be traced back to us.
Does that mean we're inbred?
Not
No, in a room.
necessarily. As
I was
the
waiting for that.
bloodline dilutes itself with non-mutant people, the powers tend to change. They manipulate and adapt. Whereas bloodlines that are more direct tend to hold power, sort of say. But all mutants can be traced back to us. And we can all be traced back to one mutant.
Who's that?
One.
Him. And he points to infinity.
You clearly get around Infinity.
It's hard not to when you've been around as long as I have.
How long have you all been around?
Well, some of us very, very long.
Could you be more specific?
I am. Bear with me. I'm loading my other set of notes.
So we are literally.
He's counting
In
on
the
his
present-
fingers.
Yes, how long have you been
Been a
around?
while.
A long time. How long?
I-
Really long.
I
At
have
least 10
That's not what you
years.
expect. He's good at giving us vague answers.
Mm,
I have been on this planet since 974 BC.
Igni, how long is that?
At least 5.
Yeah,
Right,
about that long.
right.
okay. How? Well. Can't even comprehend such a long time.
It's about 5.
He's sitting a bit
Zeusimus
on the
here
back.
was my firstborn. Which is
So-
why his bloodline tends to be the strongest.
But weren't you? Hang on. I don't know if. Yeah, I know this information because we all learned it. But aren't you alive as a child in this timeline now? So you were already born from somebody who was of diluted blood before you went and became the first mutant to go back and give birth to the other mutants.
What?
Anybody understand what he just said?
No.
What?
Time is a confusing.
Igni's a she.
It's also the fire in which we burn, but
Are you a paradox?
Yeah.
No.
What?
I was the first natural mutant.
But your dad was a mutant. Is a mutant.
What?
That is probably what you have learned, yes. But it is
We-
not true. I was an experiment by kinetics.
So,
Okay.
did Kinetis make all mutants?
Well, I'm
In a
pretty
way-
sure they weren't around in 974 BC, were they?
Yeah, but he's a time person. He does time stuff.
Right. I didn't think this is how time works. He was born, Kinetic made him here now, made him a mutant, so he went gone back in time to make more mutants, and that's the reason that Kinetic was made to examine the
That's
mutants.
like paradox to me, yeah.
It's like that movie, Land Before Time.
Oop, wait, what?
You mean Back to the Future, right? Or maybe a Hot Tub Time Machine.
Wait,
Are you thinking of Littlefoot?
Yes, you are right. We are in a paradox.
Ah,
And that is why I cannot do anything against kinetics in certain ways.
Because you will cease to exist?
The paradox cannot be broken whilst we're in the paradox. Trust me, I've tried.
I'm not in a paradox, I'm in a room.
But I have found that some things can be changed if I don't interfere.
Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. If you're the center of the paradox and you interfere, then you're messing with your own paradox. Which...
Exactly. But by you doing your actions, whilst I don't tell you exactly what to do, which is why I haven't, I'm afraid, it allows you to change what may have happened. Not in a drastic way, but I believe if I can change enough small events, then we can stop the end from happening.
These events don't seem small to us.
No. Probably not to you. But where one mutant did something this time round, you simply did it a different way. Sometimes choosing a different person makes the outcome different.
Okay.
I mean, wait a minute. Aren't you like the cause and effect of all of this?
Possibly, yes.
Well, I know how we end that, and I pull my gun on him.
I sidestep away from him further.
I have already tried this. But I am immortal.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah, but you said you can't affect the parabox.
The paradox.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean, you can try.
Right. Says you can try, gun.
Really think that's the best decision?
I can take it.
It's not you.
I'm not going to shoot you.
Right. But if it says he's immortal,
Yeah.
I could take a bullet. Don't think I'm immortal. Wait, am I immortal?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
No,
you're just
but
blue.
He's
You
not
are-
blue.
Right
Right.
now, I don't know.
I'm not.
Maybe
I'm
you're not.
blue.
I don't know. Is that paper bag armored?
No.
So, if you can't directly interfere, why have you only started building a resistance now that the problem is occurring? Even if you could have gone back and made an army of mutants to stand against kinetics and take them down, rather than having us ragtag group of strangers, you know, scrapping in the dirt.
What to do with fate, maybe.
Hard to explain, but the easiest way to explain it is anything that I knew before I went back in time is fixed. Anything that I don't know is not fixed.
But you go back in time after we stop this thing from happening.
No,
Have you gone back in time yet?
no. I will not be transported back in time for several years yet, which means the paradox holds future. And as I was under control of kinetics when I transported back in time, it means kinetics cannot be destroyed until after that point. But they can be diminished. I was not aware of how powerful kinetics was when I was under their control. I was a prisoner. Whether or not they were a worldwide organization or they were a small shed on a random island, I don't know. And that gives us hope that we can still fight them.
Okay.
If the stuff you know in the future when you go in the parabox is fixed, then sure, just don't tell you the stuff, and then we can change the stuff.
To some degree, yes. Which is why, whilst I try and create a plan, I'm not privy to all the information that you've gathered. I rely on the other mutants around you and the handlers to try and be the bridge between what I need and what needs to happen. Which unfortunately does create this cryptic message system, which unfortunately you have bear witness to.
I'm confused.
You see, Walter Hugh, I know to be alive when I am transported back in time. Which is why I know we cannot destroy him or kill him.
Are you sure it is Walter Hugh? What if he was dead and a mutant just made himself look like Walter Hugh to go through the motions of what you saw as a child, and he was, we'd already killed him?
It is possible, but that is the hope that we have. Whilst the information I have is vital, the more we use of it, the more of it that gets fixed in time, you see. Whereas the bits that I don't know give us room to change things. Although some would argue we're not changing things. We're acting them out. Here in Sanctuary, we'd like to believe that we are changing what did happen for something better.
That's gotta be the hope.
So, you teleport or whatever, you go back in time. Were you completely cut off from anything that was going on when you did that? You had no idea anyone was fighting against kinetics?
I was 13 when I was transported back.
What's your point? I've
It
lived
didn't-
here my whole life. I know we've been fighting our entire lives.
I spent my whole life as a 13-year-old child in captivity by kinetics. I had no idea what was going on outside of the prison walls. I only know what was happening inside kinetics. Any talk of revolution, any plans, I was not aware of. They weren't exactly telling me who was knocking at the front door, if you know what I mean.
You got a doorbell?
So, what happens next?
We deal with one thing at a time. We fight kinetics one battle at a time. We still don't know what their ultimate goal is. All we know is that they're testing on mutants and they have a plan to wipe them out.
We have a good solid idea what their plan is. They want to wipe out mutants, keep us as a rare resource, and use us as a commodity to sell or trade for gain, for profit.
Then we cannot allow it. And that is what we will attempt to stop first. which is why I need you to take down this site.
Just
We
us on
bel-
our own?
Okay.
Well, we have a few other mutants that can help you out.
Not that yellow guy.
You want us to? We got to go and kill mutants. Is that what you're saying?
No, we need the site disabling. One way or another.
I would say that's a no.
Could smash it up real bud.
If you can convince the mutants that are generating power to leave and not help kinetics, then that would be amazing. I dare say I don't think that will happen.
I mean,
Oh god.
we've just had the explanation that we're all descendants from you guys, so why not go talk to your great-great-grandkids?
I dare not allow us to get involved.
I
So
thought it was
far,
only you that could not get involved.
agreed. But we believe that if kinetics got their hands on one of us as a mutant that they could control, the fate of mutants and humanity would be in question. Don't take this the wrong way, but our level of power is far superior. And in the hands of kinetics would be more than enough to wipe out the planet.
Hmm.
It is
I
a
think what he's
risk
trying
that
to say is that you're all expendable.
I'm not.
It does sound that way. If your power is so strong, couldn't you just wipe out this nuclear site without being anywhere near it?
possibly. But
Didn't
what
one of
we
you
also
make
don't
Sanctuary?
need. Yes, I did. There are things at play that I cannot fully explain.
Really?
We have to have a backup. The mutants around this table have their own duties. Kinetics is not the only thing that should be feared in this day and age. But for us, they are our main concern. It is better if this site is taken down without it looking like some very powerful mutant just erased it from existence. I'm pretty sure you would already guess that Kinetics would spin a very good story with that. The last thing we need is giving Kinetics more justification for their means. If they were to know about the existence of us, and they could prove it to the public, the fear they could distill across the rest of the human race about how powerful we are, it could turn in their favor very quickly.
I mean, to be fair, some of you are already looked to as gods, so wouldn't go all bad.
There's a reason why gods are not seen.
I heard a lot of stories about some of you being seen quite frequently. I'll just look at Zeus.
What? We can't be.
Nothing, just-
We will help where we can.
There's something
Well,
about
one.
a goose and a woman
There was a goose.
and a
What?
bull.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Right. So you want us to go into this power station, talk these mutants out of doing whatever they're doing, and that's it?
That's the first step to taking them down, yes. If we can disable their means of sending out the signal, then we live to fight for another day, which is all we can do at the moment. Until we find a way around the situation, we find a way to deal a hitting blow to them. This is what we have been doing for the thousands of years we've been here. And I will admit, we've not done the best job. But we have to continue. We have to try.
And if we can't talk them out of it,
Then disable the facility.
Smash it up good.
If there's no facility for them to power, then technically speaking, that would work too.
When
Okay.
do we leave?
Tomorrow. If what you say is true, and they are looking to activate in 4 days' time, we haven't got any time to waste. Sooner the facility is down, the better.
okay.
We dare worry that your escape and the escape of the others that we have done today, they may bring their plans further forward. So we cannot wait.
Okay.
Is there any questions before you go?
Yeah. Why don't we try the thing where he shoots you?
Any have
Seems like it'd
tried.
be quicker.
If that was a
Excellent.
way, then I would do so.
Hangman, I don't think we should be shooting anybody who's meant to be on our side.
Right, but he said he was immortal.
Yeah, but we don't need to test that. You thought you were immortal a few minutes ago.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's
We're not gonna
also
test that.
the reason all this shit is happening, right?
True, but that's like saying the Big Bang's the whole reason why all this is happening.
I
What's a
would
big
point
bang?
out, though, that if I died, I'm not sure if that would change anything. I don't
you're
know
not
if I
immortal?
was alive when I transported back in time.
Wait, what?
He means he doesn't think if him alive now talking to us was alive when him, the child, went back in time.
Oh,
And
What?
if you were to take out the other version of
explain
me,
later.
then that in theory would remove all of you.
I can take
Apart from, you know. If there's nothing else, then I suggest you go get a good night's sleep and you prepare for your assault tomorrow.
it. Right.
Will it just be us?
Alex has a few mutants he has on the books. I've instructed him to get as much support as possible for you.
I have one last question about Alex. You guys are all, incredibly smart, all these things. Why does he insist on wearing such awful coats?
Oh.
I agree with Igny's question.
I don't think I've ever noticed.
Probably should.
When you see him, it'll stand out. I mean, you've been around through so many fashion trends, but yikes.
It's not that. Now you've mentioned it, it's all they're going to see. Right?
Well, if you don't have anything else, please leave us. We do have a few other things we need to sort out.
Okay. Come on, Rhodes. Let's go outside so you can be Pangolin again.
As I'm walking out, just lean down to Igni and go, "What is a power box?"
I'll explain later on.
Right. Weren't any boxes in that movie?
Which movie?
That one
Lamp.
about. Yeah, that one.
No. The one with Littlefoot and Ducky. Yeah, that was a movie about dinosaurs, Pangolin.
Oh.
And
I didn't
that's
have
where
time
we end the
problem.
episode.